It is not a banana.
I got a very burnt, overcooked burger from one of the most prominent burger spots in Victoria the other.
This is cream cheese. Have you ever seen cream cheese?
This restaurant serves band-aids in your nachos, so I was gonna do a normal spotlight until I saw this, and it made me think, what's the worst thing you've ever found in your food?
Look at this. What on earth?
This is literally fucking paper.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Canadian Rant. Today we need to talk about something that honestly should concern every single person in Canada. Because something feels very wrong with the food many of us are buying and eating every day. Across the country, people are sharing stories online that are hard to ignore. Customers claiming they found plastic pieces inside pizza. Others showing photos of flies in food at places like Tim Hortons. And many shoppers saying they are seeing rotten fruits, spoiled vegetables, and moldy products sitting on supermarket shelves. Now look, mistakes can happen in any industry. No food system is perfect. But when stories like this start appearing again and again, it raises a bigger question. Are food quality standards slipping? Because food isn't just another product on a shelf. It's something we put into our bodies every single day. It affects our health, our families, and our trust in the system that's supposed to protect consumers. So today we're going to talk about why more Canadians are starting to question the quality of food being sold in stores and restaurants, and why it might be time for all of us to start paying a little closer attention to what we're eating. Let's get into it.
You know how you eat a grape while you're at the grocery store to taste it to make sure it's yummy? So I did that. I just got back. So I did that, and then I got home and I was putting them away, and one was squishy, so I grabbed it to throw it away. And now I'm going to scrape my mouth out with, I don't know, because look at this. What on earth? Like, what on earth is that? Y'all, I literally just bought them. Like, I just got home. And I'm not okay. Because I ate like 4 of them. Which I'm sure someone's going to be like, this is the way you wash your fruit. Yes, I know. I know that. I wiped it on my legs, so it's kind of the same thing. I am not okay. Anyways, I just need someone else to join me in the ick. Because my husband is very much underreacting, so I'm going to go back to the grocery store.
What the
This
fuck?
is literally fucking paper or like a wet wipe. That's what that is. That's a wet wipe. That's a fucking wet wipe of some sort. So if you want to buy some breaded chicken from anywhere, that's what you have to see. And the piece used to be about this big, about that big. So I've already eaten about half of it, and just now noticed.
Guys, I don't even know how to explain it. I just decided to cook a craft dinner. I leave it like for a few minutes, and look what's happening to it. What is this? I never seen it like this. It looks like glue. How it's even possible? The package looks okay. I decided to add the cheese. Guys, I don't even know how to explain it. Just look what's happening to my craft dinner. I just leave it for a few minutes. It looks like rice. Did I overboil it or what? Oh no. It tastes weird. It's so weird. Can someone please explain me what's happening to my craft dinner?
It is not a banana.
Look,
That's a plastic. It is not in banana, guys.
Let's go. The chimple in there.
Wow. Look. That's really shit.
Look, no, looking. Look, it pulls.
It's really far from the banana, guys. What is the shit?
To jest całe żółte. Banan nie ma być żółty.
Snutra ma byť taký do biela už.
No áno.
Ani
Wow.
jadierka nemá, všimni si také, ako má mať.
That's a banana in Canada.
Prosto ho cestu.
Okay, I just took this out of my mouth because when I was trying to bite it, my phone is not focusing. I felt something hard. At first I thought it was just like fat from a sausage. Come on, focus. There we go. And then, holy fuck, how big is that? I'm pretty sure, come on, focus. Pretty sure that's glass. Pretty sure that is glass from my Domino's fucking pizza. What the fuck?
Just found this piece of plastic.
Just found a piece of plastic while I was eating this cheese pizza at a Costco. This is a plastic, that's a pizza, so I'm not gonna eat it anymore because I'm not sure if they have any like more plastics in it. And this is Costco.
What the fuck? This is cream cheese. Have you ever seen cream cheese? It comes out of the container. This is just freaking me out. Like there's barely even anything on my fingers. Blech.
This restaurant serves Band-Aids in your nachos, so I was gonna do a normal spotlight until I saw this, and it made me think, what's the worst thing you've ever found in your food? Because I found plastic before, but what's probably a used Band-Aid might be the grossest thing I've ever seen. On top of that, they didn't even offer a discount for the rest of the meal, where it took negotiations just to get 25% off. It was only free nachos with a side of disease on the house, so let me know if you guys seen worse.
What is this? The fuck? There's fucking plastic here. That's someone's fucking glove. That's fucking disgusting.
That's wild. A glove in your pizza? Well, something that ever happened to me, man. I have M's by the time me and my lawyer get done with them. That's crazy. Or getting ready to bite into it, or you bite it in a glove. Nah, that's crazy. A glove in your pizza, that's wild. Yeah, but you gotta be careful out here, boy. I ain't lying. Some of these places, it be some crazy stuff going on with some of these restaurants. I ain't lying. You true the thing about when you go eat anywhere, honestly, we as a customer, we'll never know what really gonna be going on back there when they cooking your food, when stuff in a lot of these restaurants. Some people nasty, some people don't be rushing. Now watch you will never really know what be going on a lot of the time, to tell you the truth. But man, a glove in your pizza, but that's a $1 million lawsuit right there. You got the right lawyer. Facts.
So I was in the middle of eating my Smile cookie and I noticed that for some reason the Smile cookie's Smile was really, really thick. And I was like, wow, they spoiled me with extra icing because this whole thing was here as part of a giant Smile. And I was like, wow, that's a thick smile, boy. And I was like, wait, is that plastic? And like, there's all this plastic that was literally in the, all wrapped up in the icing smile. Like, good job, Tim Hortons, winning.
You ever had plastic in your pizza? What the fuck? Goddamn.
I got a very burnt, overcooked burger from one of the most prominent burger spots in Victoria the other day. Now, to be fair, I've eaten at this place multiple times and their burgers are usually unbelievable. But as you can see, this thing is black, it's hard, and is very overcooked. As I mentioned, Bin 4 is usually an amazing go-to to eat when it comes to burgers. And I was very excited for this burger because we paid for the Wagyu beef. And I was anticipating one of the best burgers I've ever had. Now, before everyone says, oh, you got it to go, it's not going to be as good. I literally live across the street. I had a conference that day, so we had to take it to go. Now on to the main event, and as you can see, I gave it an honest try, but I could not stop saying it was burnt, it was burnt, it was burnt. It was like charcoal. Maybe it was a bad day for the chef. It's understandable. I will be back. You can see here by this chunk, it's just not that great color. Now to make up for it, we went down to the local, enjoyed a couple pints, and saw an amazing sunset. So at the end of the day, it's always worth it. We are not putting down Bin 4 because that's not what we're about over here. Check it out, guys.
A slice autopsy here is showing that maybe there's too much sauce, and that may be a bad thing. Today I am at Crudo in Toronto. I asked these guys to not burn or cut down on the leopard spotting as much as possible on this 12-inch, $21 margarita pizza.
Can you guys not char it? Is that possible?
Yeah.
What do you mean, like, a lot less leopard spot?
And they just couldn't do it. They do not cook this open fire. So the reason for these black spots, these char marks, these cancerous bubbles on your pizza, the reason is that they're cooking it very, very hot. What they're going after is a Napoli pizza. But this is not a Napoli pizza. Napoli pizza typically is not cut, by the way. Asking them to not burn the shit out of it is likely going to get you nowhere. The bottom isn't horribly burnt, though. The charring and leopard spots are primarily on the edge crust. And the edge crust is not that crispy. When we have burnt edges, what happens to that burnt dust? It goes all over the pizza. And that's one of the problems with this. Because they cut this, and they did a horrible job of cutting it, you have the risk of more stuff flying everywhere. You already have a lot of moisture, kind of like, look at how soggy this middle portion of the bottom crust is within just a couple minutes of leaving the store. It was very busy. I don't think I would ever eat inside. Very, very small and cramped. My slice autopsy here is showing that maybe there's too much sauce, and that may be a bad thing. We can see we have cornmeal coming off on my fingers. The cheese is rather mild. This is fior di latte. It's not balanced towards the salty side. It's very neutral. It's just primarily it's some fat blobs all over the pizza, which turns my attention now to the sauce. And the sauce alone seems to be on the acidic side. There is hints of a sugary base in the sauce. The bottom crust is decently thin for this type of pizza. Now, a Napoli pizza is typically a lot thinner than this. And generally you see in a Napoli pizza, the center of the pizza carrying a lot of weight and therefore a huge risk for breakage in the middle. The overall pizza is quite fresh and aromatic. I think we are out of balance when it comes to the sauce. Generally speaking, it's not pleasurable having a huge mess. There is sauce everywhere. There is cornmeal everywhere. I am disgusted at the burnt stuff. It would be a conditional recommend if we had a better balance as far as the sauce and cheese. But the cheese is kind of bland. I don't know where they get it. I'm assuming they'll say that they import it from Italy or whatever. The salt, there is hardly any salt content. It's very bland. For those reasons, I would say not recommend. I am just very, very disappointed, especially for the price. This should not be at this price point for this size. I think they only have the single size pizza. I wasn't really given an option when I placed my order. If you don't live within 5 minutes of this pizza place, it is going to be horrible to reheat. It's going to be horrible to eat. If you get it delivered or you take this to another place, you need to eat this inside the restaurant. And that restaurant is not a pleasurable place to be inside, especially if you don't like people.
At the end of the day, this conversation isn't about attacking one restaurant or one grocery store. It's about something much bigger: trust in the food system. When people walk into a grocery store or a restaurant, they expect one basic thing: that the food they're buying is safe, clean, and properly handled. That expectation should be the bare minimum. But when customers start seeing things like spoiled produce, questionable hygiene, or contaminated food, it naturally makes people nervous, because food safety is not something anyone should have to gamble with. In a country like Canada, consumers expect strong standards and accountability. Restaurants and grocery chains handle thousands of food items every single day, and maintaining quality control is critical. That means proper storage, clean kitchens, trained staff, and regular inspections. When those systems work properly, most people never even think about them. But when they fail, even occasionally, people start asking questions. And those questions matter. Consumers deserve transparency. They deserve companies that take food safety seriously, and they deserve to feel confident that what they're buying won't harm their health. At the same time, this is also a reminder for all of us as consumers to stay aware. Check expiration dates. Look closely at the quality of produce. Pay attention to hygiene when you visit restaurants. Sometimes the best protection we have is simply being observant and speaking up when something isn't right. Because when customers raise concerns, companies are forced to listen and improve. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had a bad food experience at a restaurant or grocery store in Canada? Did you find something wrong with your food? Was it spoiled, poorly handled, or something worse? Share your experience in the comments so other Canadians know what to watch out for. And if you believe food quality and safety should always be a priority, hit the like button so this conversation reaches more people. Don't forget to subscribe to Canadian Rant for more honest discussions about everyday issues affecting Canadians. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.